Hello, everybody. I am in a conference right now and really enjoying the energy of all these magical, wonderful people. Uh, However, you guys are my priority right now. I need a drink of water first. For those of you in my Soulful Empowerment group, you are well aware of me. If you're catching me on my business page or on YouTube, hi, I'm Sandra Pelli, the Sandini, Inner Peace Mentor, Dragon Ally, and Visionary Guide Academy. This is the Q&A for October, and there definitely are a few questions. Some people use my form that goes out on my monthly or weekly events, and thank you so much for that. Those show up in my emails, and others of you post your questions in the feed as I'm doing the Q&A, and then some of you actually put the questions under the pre-event post in my Soulful Empowerment group. So I just really love being able to help you, each and every one of you. And yes, in that case, I use that at everyone. I know that some people really find that unfavorable because everybody's using it all the time. In fact, I've gone through and it's really enabled me, empowered me to get out of some groups that keep that I'm not very, very active in, and they keep tagging that at everyone. So it's enabled me to find those groups that I'm not active in. But I love that you are here, and feel free to ask your questions. And I say hi to you too, Dashka. So let's start first with a grounding exercise. So calling in the breath. Oh, yeah. And know that breath is actually as wind, that if we're using the east and the earth element of wind, calling in all the directions, calling in everything within ourself, everything that is outside of ourself, calling in our compassionate spirit guides, our way showers, our gatekeepers, connecting with self, the me, myself, and I, the little you, higher self and physical body. All of these are for the most benevolent reasons, for the highest good and the greatest good of all. Asking to be open, with no expectations, no limitations. Being okay with the outcome. Knowing I am the outcome. Asking to accept, trust, and believe. Feeling the willingness to be open to questions and answers, whether you each have a question or whether you're here to listen to the answers. Whatever the case is, there's something in this that is being said specifically for you. And I'd like you to feel the energy of your power in this. I've been working a lot lately with those of you who are really interested in stepping into your power, claiming who you are, just like I claim who I am, Sandra Pelli, the great Sandini, Inner Peace Mentor, Dragon Ally, and Visionary of the Guide Academy. That I want to say that so quickly it just rolls off my tongue. Claim your power right now. Claim who you are. For those in this community who have done that work with me already, you know exactly what I'm talking about. If you have no idea what I'm talking about, there have been some conversations in the Soulful Power call. There's been some conversations in the Soulful Business call about that. I included that Soulful Business call in a weekly email. I believe that was possibly last week or even maybe the week before. So very, very powerful work coming through right now. So getting started, I'm going to start with Colleen's email. And I'm answering that. How much time in are we already? Let me take a peek here. Where's my where's my feed? We are all of what? Gosh, 5 minutes in. There we go. I'm bouncing between screens, so thank you all for your patience. So Colleen asks, I've noticed a brown patch on the bottom of my big toe since I returned from the Oregon coast. We did a lot of walking barefoot on the beach. Should I be concerned about it? Well, first of all, I have to let you know that I am not a medical person, so I am going to give that piece back to you. If you feel you have a concern over it, then you should follow it up. Okay, I'm just going to give that back to you. Energetically, though, usually medical things come up and they are spurred by by energy things that are going on in the body. So let me just tap into that. And it's so interesting because immediately what I'm feeling is a very strong touch point of a grounding point, a portal of energy, if you will. And it's almost as though you're spiraling on, or pirouetting, not spiraling, pirouetting on that toe like a ballerina. So there's some energetic pull happening with that toe for sure. And let me just dive into this and feel into the energy of this. And I love the energy of that diving in. I'm creating a beautiful pink bubble around myself and anybody else who actually happens to do this as I'm saying this as well. So there's this energetic point on your big toe with this brown patch. I'm going to reiterate, if you feel concerned about it, then you seek medical advice, because I'm not here and unable to give medical advice per se. I'm not a trained professional in that field. I am coming from an energetic point. And it's intriguing because I'm feeling this sluggish, murky, muddy, brown, muddy energy with it. And you can, gosh, how does this want to be worded? I'm not feeling as though it's a nefarious energy. There's no feeling of that at all. It's more of how do you want to look at the energy of this? What are you using to look at this? And I say this because I know for myself, I haven't stepped into the energy of necessarily poltergeists or evil energy, these type of things. And it's possibly because of the way I was raised as well. We just didn't go in those directions with anything. I was kind of raised as a Catholic, and I say kind of because I mean, we went to Catholic church every once in a while. We went to catechism. I was baptized. I was confirmed. However, I have my own beliefs on all that is out there, and that is what I follow. In fact, you could possibly say that that's the shaman in me that's really come out. And so what is coming through with the energy of this? And it's really interesting because I'm feeling very drawn to talk about the Soulful Power call yesterday. We spoke about the generational stuff, and in the later call with somebody else, I spoke about the past life stuff. So tap into the energy of what is going on generationally with that as well. There's something going on there, but I truly feel like there's nothing nefarious. It doesn't feel like it is a bad energy, an evil energy. I don't go in those directions anyway. I don't feel like you need protection from that. So what are you feeling of this muddy, murky area? This, because I'm feeling like almost like you could use this as a mud bath. And it's this, oh, thank you, guides. That's really intriguing. So what came through is this very strong connection that you may have with how you felt when you were walking barefoot on this Oregon coast. It's just like I have this beautiful spot in the Cuban landscape that I can picture, even as I say that, I can picture myself laying down in this sandy area on one of these Cuban chairs in, it's now called the Ashton Costa Verde. It used to be the Blau, it used to be the Martin before that. And it just feels like a very powerful spot for me. That's one of these places that my physical body energy hones in on and I find peace with. So that is more what this feels like than anything else. Okay. Beautiful. I love that. I love that question. Thank you so much, Colleen. So going over to the questions in the Soulful Empowerment group. I'm just going to update this because I know that somebody else added another question after the fact. So first of all, let's go with Joan. And I'm answering that. Oh, that's so not what I wanted to add to that. Answered 11 minutes in. Ooh, that's kind of cool that it's answered at 11 minutes in. So whatever your question you've asked already, you can feel the energy of the self-identity, and I love this because it's the oneness, but I'm also getting the number of 3. And that oneness, I haven't even looked at the question yet. That oneness is time, space, and consciousness really coming together and feeling all those aspects of it. We worked really kind of cool in a call, a guest speaker call, and I posted all about that with Kitty the other day in We Prosper, where she spoke about the different layers of the astrological thing. So this is something else that's coming through immediately as well in this 11 and this self-identity. It's that layer of what the earth and the humanity has. The earth where the planets align, the stars align, the sun and moon align. And then there's your energy. And then there's what's happening on a day-to-day basis. So there's something going on energetically with that. And that's before I even look at your thing. And that's so funny. I just looking at this, I was seeing the number 3 here. So Jones asks, I am working on a project with 3 other ladies that involve several agencies. Is there any advice on how we move forward towards a positive outcome? This is really interesting because this has come up before with you. And I feel that this has been a very long ongoing project. So there's something about, I heard the word patience coming in a this coaching conference that I'm currently in, this 3-day conference that I'm currently in. There was something about the word confidence, and there's something about clarity, and there's when that clarity stuff comes in. Let me just see what my notes were with this. Where is my book that I was writing in? Is that it? Nope. Oh, this is probably it here. Gosh, clarity. There we go. Passive marketing. Okay. Passive marketing is where you connect and you think it's just going to unfold because you've connected. There's other steps that need to be done. That's what's coming through. Okay. Let me just read your question again. I'm working on a project with 3 other ladies that involves several agencies. Is there any advice on how we move forward towards a positive outcome? It has to do with the passive marketing. Become an engaged marketer. Whatever that looks like for you, using your natural talents of the other 3 ladies and yourself. That's what's coming up. Okay. Very powerful. Yeah. For those of you who are here who haven't written a question in anywhere else, feel free to write it now in this in the comments so that I can answer that for you as well. So the next question I have is from the beautiful Lisa. Thank you for being here for the very first time with a question. I love that. And Lisa asks, I'm asking my manager for a raise and job promotion. Any advice or thoughts? I love this because it's falling back on the things that I've been doing myself, and I've been bringing to the community, and I've been bringing across the board. It's why I choose to be the inner peace mentor. It's because I chose to find inner peace within myself first. By doing that, I chose to breathe my way through the I am open mantra. And that is this card here. Let me find my camera so I can show you guys. It's the I am open mantra. I am open with no expectations, no limitations, and I'm okay with the outcome. Lisa, take a screenshot of that and breathe your way through it as I have just done. Because this moves you energetically into a different space. It's so interesting because I just spoke of time, space, and consciousness as well with Joan and her energy, right? And I'm doing the same with you, Lisa. It is about that expectations and no limitations, right? If you feel like you're not okay with the outcome, then it's probably because you have an expectation. Having no limitations means that you're open to the possibilities of what can come through, the power of what can come through, the job promotion, the raise, whatever it is. You know, it's really comical because this brings to mind something that happened with my husband. He wanted something to change in his job. He wanted to have a vehicle, so he'd go to work with the vehicle provided by the job, and he wanted to have a raise, and he got that. However, it also included a job site change that added an hour to his drive on a daily basis. And so that was huge. And in the long run, he ended up letting that go because it wasn't worth the job. The money raise wasn't worth the added time that he was giving the company. So be very conscious of what you're asking for too when you ask for this promotion and a raise. Okay. And you know, there's something about you know, when I say I'm Sandra Pelly, the Great Sandini, Inner Peace Mentor, the Dragon Ally, and the Visionary of the Guide Academy, you can feel the energy of that. Claim who you are. You know, when you go in, if you're doing this via letter or if you're going in personally, face to face, claim your power. It doesn't mean you have to go in and claim abstract, weird names like I've got, but let them know what they've got in you. Claim your power. Okay. Very, very powerful question. Thank you for asking it. And Lupe, yay! I love seeing you here. So beautiful. Thank you. I'm answering your question at 18 minutes in. Okay, Lupe. Hello, we opened a restaurant 3 months ago. Yay! And our finances are suffering. Is there any advice on how to move forward? Thank you. You know what? First of all, swing back to what was said to Joan about the passive marketing. You know, there's something about the passion in your heart. Okay. If there's a reason why you opened up a restaurant, is that coming across in how you're attracting people to come and eat there? Okay. Because that's, I find that has been one of the deciding differences in my marketing, in my bringing across the things that I want to bring to you guys. It's that passion that I have that comes from my heart. You know, I spoke about speaking about your power, like finding who you are is so very, very powerful, speaking from that heart space. So there's something very, very potent about the reason behind why you opened up the restaurant. That there is the passion piece that wants to be brought to the light. And your finances, I can feel the energy of, it's so interesting because I can feel like there's this sun rising, and each of these strokes of sunlight become pathways of financial abundance coming in. So there's something about, again, I reiterate, there's something very powerful about the why you opened up the restaurant. If you're following along, like you're just a co-partner, that it really isn't your thing, then tap into the energy of expressing the partner who is it's their passion project. I love that phrase, passion project. Something about the passion project. I'm actually going to write that underneath your name as well. Create the passion project. Create it. Beautiful. Okay. And you know what? That's literally all the questions that have been asked. Very fast and what have you. Oh, who's this? Who's just asking a question in here? I'm guessing this is you, Dashka, right? So my question, is how does my daughter's spirit feel about her school experience and academics? She is saying school subjects are easy. We had talked about potentially skipping her ahead in grade. However, according to her school, this is not a possibility at this time. How does she want us to support her? Beautiful, beautiful question. Let me just kind of tap into the energy of this. It's so beautiful because this is kind of what I'm speaking about right now. There's a lot of power in her recognizing that the subjects are easy. There's a lot of power in her recognizing where she stands because of that ability to have the school subjects be easy. And that's not that flaunting point. That's not that, oh, I don't really have to do anything. It's more of a fostering that. There's something to do with fostering the energy of her recognizing for herself the potency and the power of who she is and what she has. And whatever her age is, and I believe we're not talking about like my granddaughter is 7, like that child is too young to possibly entertain the idea of looking at things in different ways. There's something though about your daughter's age, because I think if memory serves me, we're talking about somebody who's 11 to 13 years of age. I could be wrong. Please clarify that with me. There's something about her having a partnership with you as her parent, or you as her parents, and actively looking at, okay, how can we foster this in you? What would you like to do? Do you want to look at a different school? Do you want to look at private tutoring? What do you want to look at? Involve her in the conversations, because you want her to know that she's being seen, she's being heard, whether it's happening at the school level or whether it's happening at you, her most powerful role models. If this is, I'm 95% sure that this is you. Okay, she is 11. Thank you. I'm 95% sure that this question is from you too, Dashka. You are such a beautiful, shining example of finding your passion and moving forward in that. My cousins, 2 boys, live out in Vancouver area. They're teenagers. I believe the youngest might be just maybe a year or 2 older than your daughter, and then the oldest boy is, I believe he's got his his learners. So they might actually both be a little bit older, because I remember seeing some posts now that said that they're both in those learners driver's license, and that's in British Columbia. So their school is not like the school my kids went to at all. It is almost like an outdoor school. It's one that teaches in the elements. It's one that brings in all of these other dynamics. And maybe that's the next step to be taking with your daughter, is finding a school that's adaptive to her. Now, what does that mean possibly in the long run? I mean, all kinds of different things can unfold with this. Like I can see the power of where your ability to help her let's see, what word wants to come through, expands what you see is capable for yourself. So it's really got this beautiful dynamic happening right now with all of this. Very, very powerful. Let me see if there's anything else that wants to come through with that. I'm going to read the question again. How does she want us to support her? I love the energy of what I just was saying then. Being seen and being heard and embraced for who she is. Being seen, being heard, and being embraced for who she is. And that being embraced for who she is where you as a beautiful supportive group together find something that will work for her, just like you've been finding the things that work for you. So very, very powerful. Thank you for asking that question, because as I said at the beginning with the opening grounding of this, there are things in this that somebody needed to hear, period. Right? With Lupe, it was the passion project. It's the layers. It's the finding the power of who we are. And it's come through in every single one of these questions that's come through. Same with Lisa, right? I'm open with no expectations, no limitations, and being okay with the outcome. And if you're seeing this, wherever you're seeing this, if you want these cards, drop me a message and I'll send some out to you, okay? That's something I just love to do, is have these all over the place. Okay, there are no more questions. There are no more questions. So with that in mind, know that there is a lot of power. Oh, there is one more question. Hello, Alejandra. Thank you for being here. You know, all these things that I've been saying here so far with the comments of everybody else, I would love for you to, Alejandra, to go back and have a listen to, because they're very, very important. So will my finances improve this year? It's so interesting, because it's like, what are you doing to be proactive to have that happen? I would love for you, Alejandra, to, and this goes to each and every one of you, is I would love for you to go and write down 25 accomplishments that you're grateful for the last year. Okay. And that could be anything. It doesn't have to be money related. I would like you to recognize where things are moving in a positive direction. That's what I'd like you to focus on, is moving in a positive direction. And then it's so interesting because I'm in this coaching conference, as I said here, with Sarah Gray. I'll be very upfront with that right now. And another part of that is patience. I don't necessarily like the word patience. I like more being in the time, space, and consciousness of it. However, each individual uses the words that they can resonate with. So there's the word patience. But please do start with going and writing down 25 accomplishments, 25 things that you're proud of for the last year. And then see what those pieces are that can help you move forward, period. Okay. I mean, I could expand on that to a certain degree, but some of this is like sitting down and doing personal coaching, and that's a whole other level of things. But simplistically right now, checking out what you've accomplished, 25 things that you've accomplished, and then really looking at how are you bringing those into your work ethics. There's another piece. Thank you. Yeah. Bringing those into the work part of you, the work ethics. It goes back to that passion project. Are you doing something you're passionate about? If you're not doing something that you're passionate about, what part of what you're doing are you passionate about? And focus in on that. Bring the joy into your life. Okay. Thank you. Okay. That's it then. That's it for everybody. I'm going to just confirm one more time before I say adios and head back to the conference. I really appreciate each and every one of you for being here and for asking your questions. It's been a really magical experience. I love getting together with you. And it's so interesting because I, in past ones since November, Source Dragon has really been coming in. Today, I stood in my power, connecting in a different way, and it just energetically, that's so cool. That's so cool to do that. That's what I want each of you to do, is start to really step up and step into your power. Okay, guys, love you. Thank you. Bye bye.